What if I was still doing this in 2030? 30 books for 2030? That would be insane. Hello besties, it's Carol. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be talking about, I'm going to label it as like my TBR for next year. So usually these are like called like the amount of books to the amount of years. So for example, last year 25 books for 2025, 24 books for 2024, etc. Kind of like where I'm at in life, and what I realized this year is that I'd have to put 26 books for 2026, and just how I like see my overall reading has changed a little bit in the last couple months. That would probably be close to like half of my like TBR. If we all know me, I don't do too well on my monthly TBRs. Like, yeah, they're fun to like make, but I'm just like a hardcore mood reader at heart. Having to put that many books that I have to read in a year in like a little box, and I have to check them off, I have to read them, for me like seems a little difficult, because right now I'm in the mood for all of these books, but this time next year in December I could have been like, guys, I didn't read any. I don't know how many books I have. It's probably like 10 to 15. I have a lot of fantasy, if I'm being honest. Obviously a ton of romances coming out, but at this point I don't know like too many. Some of these are actually new releases, most of the romance, I think. All that being said, make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, stuff like that is in there. If you do check it out, like, comment, and subscribe for my Zoom. And let's just get right into it. All right, the first one I'm pretty sure you guys can see on top. And the thing about this book is I think I'm actually gonna start it maybe today as I'm like actually filming this video, because the book I'm reading, I kind of want to DNF. I have just been wanting to read this book for like so long now, and I was just hoping to start it in the year of 2025. That is in fact Kingdom of Ash. This would be like a whole month of reading for me like these days. That's why I'm hoping if I start it, I can maybe finish it in January. This might just be like the only book that I read in the month of December. And you know what? I'm not gonna hit my reading goal. I am like 10 books behind, so like at this point might as well just start this big ass book. This is the last book in Throne of Glass series. I did read the tandem read this year and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'm ready for the emotions, the pain that is going to come from this book, but I just want to know like what happens. Pray for me, guys. All right, next up is a book that people are probably also surprised I have not read yet. It is in fact On Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the Empyrean series, I think it's what it's called, fourth one series, whatever you want to call it. I have not read this. I am just so scared. She has not even like teased at all the next book in this series, and I've heard that this one, just the way it ends, is just like awful. So I also have had the urge to pick this book up recently, the same urge I've had with Kingdom of Ash. So I'm like, okay, that's like my sign. I'm really nervous, but I really like love this series and I love this universe. I want to be back with these characters. Maybe Miss Rebecca's just waiting for me to read this so that she can announce the next book in the series. Like, maybe it's my fault, guys. I know, I'm sorry. A lot of these will be repeats from my 25 books for 2025. It's basically all the ones I didn't get to. This one I actually think I'm gonna get to hopefully at the beginning of the year, either January or February, because I think the second book is coming out. I think it might be like, don't quote me, but like May or March or something. I swear it started with an M. And that book is When the Moon Hatched. This was really popular, I believe, not this year, but in 2024. It really got its moment, it got its hype, and I love anything with dragons. I really don't know what this one is about, or I don't like remember. All I remember is that this book specifically is like a lot about like politics and like learning the entire world. I mean, it's also a long book. I want to start this so that I'm ready if I really like need to go right into the second book that's coming out, and I've just heard so many good things. I'm just like here for the ride. I'm hoping that I like it. I don't know, I feel like this one's also just like, it gives winter vibes. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I love a long book, I love a long series, I love a dual point of view, I love a romantasy. If this has dragons, like, I'm kind of here for it. Alrighty besties, we have our first fantasy new release that is coming out next year. I think it might be April. So this is the second book in the series. The first book I actually read, I believe, in the month of November, and it is Direbound. This is the first book in the Wolves of Ruin series, I think is what it's called. Love this book. I give it 4.5 5 stars. It's basically Fourth Wing, but like make it with wolves instead of dragons. Such a well written first book in a series, and I love the little hint of romance that we're gonna get, at least at the end. Second book is coming out. I will put up a picture of it. It's called Furybound. According to Goodreads, it's expected May 26th. I really liked the way that this first book ended. I really liked the writing, I really liked the world, I really liked romance, I liked the wolf aspect. Like, it was a really, really good book. I'm like excited, but I'm nervous for this second book, so I definitely will want to continue the series in 2026. If you have not read that book, I definitely would recommend checking it out if you like Fourth Wing, but it also reminded me a little bit of Quicksilver. So if you liked those two books, I think you would really like Direbound. We will see how this one goes. I don't know, I'm really, really excited. All right, and next up we have Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. This is going to be Elsie Silver's new series. I think it's the Emerald Lake series, if I am not mistaken. If we're being honest, guys, I really don't like this cover. It's giving, you know, that like cringy art, like Western art that you can buy. I swear it was like 2017 or something. It's not the best cover, so hopefully the spine is cute and maybe they all make like a little picture like the rest of her books, because I don't really love it. I am so excited. I love anything that Elsie Silver writes. This, I believe, is about Emmett, and Emmett, I think we see him at like the end of Wildcard, which is the last book in the Rose Hill series. He is like the male main character in that book, like his best friend or something. And then it says Julia Silva. So if you don't know from the Chestnut Spring series, Theo Silva is the male main character of the fourth book. Honestly, I don't remember him having a sister, if she was mentioned at all. I love a little crossover. From what I like can see, it's gonna be small town, forbidden, rivals to lovers romance. I think Emmett is gonna be on this like country reality TV show, like Bachelor, but not The Bachelor. Julia, I think, like works on the set, so she's not like part of the show where she's like a woman that's gonna be like going on dates or something with him. I think she like works on the set, so that's why I think it's gonna be like a little bit of like a forbidden romance, because if they're doing something when he's supposed to be doing something to these ladies, I think it's gonna be like a little bit messy. I just love Elsie Silver. I will read anything that she does write. It says it is expected for May 19th. I am very excited to just have like a new series by Elsie Silver. I'm hoping that it's gonna be like another like 4 or 5 book series. I hope it's like back in like her country era, like Chestnut Spring vibes. Alrighty, besties. Next up we have another release that actually came out this year. It came out at the beginning of the month, but it came out in hardback, so I will not be buying it until it comes out in paperback. But it is Crown Tide by Alex Astor. This is the 4th book in the Lightlark series. I really like the Lightlark series. Basically, it's about, just to sum up real quick, there's 6 realms. They get summoned every 100 years to what's called the Centennial, and they basically have to like show off their realm's powers, and they're trying to break the curse, so they have to like kill somebody to break the curses, and it's a love triangle. I believe this series is going to be 5 books. I don't know if the last book is going to come out next year. I hope it does, because I need her to end up with Grimm. I am Team Grimm. It doesn't sound like Alex Astor is Team Grimm, which stresses me out. She said like this is the craziest book yet. There's plot twists, there's romance. The whole prophecy is that she has to like kill one of them. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. I'm kind of scared for this one, honestly, because she just feels like that she could just throw things left and right, and it terrifies me. I have not heard really anything about this book quite yet. She also is coming out with a adult romantasy, which also I am going to want to read, but I might wait until I'm done with the Lightwork series to read that book, so that's why it's like not in this video. All right, and then this is not our last romance, but it's one of our last romances. The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. Abby Jimenez is one of my favorite authors of all time, because her romances are a lot more than the romance. They're always just like good emotional depth and connection, and just a lot of like real world stuff that happens she brings in alongside the romance, which just like, I like when I feel things in romance books, so that's why I really love Abby Jimenez. And this one says that it's Say You'll Remember Me #2, which means I think it is like a continuation. I didn't love Say You'll Remember Me. I don't know what I rated it. Don't even remember the characters that this follows, but I think the female main character is set to be married, but she like is in love with her boyfriend's best friend. That seems very messy. I don't know how that's gonna go. That seems like a really weird plot, but I love Abby Jimenez. I will read anything that she does come out with, so I'm very interested to see how she does this kind of plot line. The cover is absolutely stunning. Like, this is like the prettiest book I think I've ever looked at in my life. This is expected March 31st. Next up we have a book that has been around the internet a lot lately because it just came out, and I'm a little bit scared, but I definitely am going to read it next year, because I believe the 3rd book in the series might come out at the latter half of the year, like November, and it is Brimstone by Callie Hart. If you do not know, Quicksilver was one of my favorite books this year. I really, really loved that book. This is the 2nd book in the series. I don't know what to expect. I kind of remember what happened in Quicksilver. I have saved like maybe 3 TikToks of people explaining the plot just so I can like remember it. Love the series, love Kingfisher, love all the found family. I love the magical kind of system and like the elements that are in this book. I feel like they're very different and interesting to me. I have avoided anything relating to this book because I just don't want to know anything, and hopefully it's good. I don't know, I really miss this world and I want to get back into it. All right, this next book had its moment along with another book. They were battling for like which one people loved more in like the same like 2 months, and then people stopped talking about it. But the second book is coming out. I don't know when, but it is coming out next year, and I do really want to read this book, see what the hype is all about. And that is Silver Elite by Dani Francis. All I know about this one is that it's like a dystopian romantasy. Psychic gifts are a death sentence, and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. It's giving enemy to lovers, it's giving dystopian, it's giving romantasy. This book, literally everybody was talking about it for like 2 months straight, and then I feel like it kind of died. That's okay with me. I'm still gonna read it. I'm still very interested. I just love dystopian. The only dystopian I've really read has been like Shatter Me, and I did enjoy that series, but I feel like this is like an adult version. I'm just really intrigued to see what this hype is about. This was so hyped that like it's kind of a crime I have not read it yet. All right, next up we have another fantasy, another big chunker fantasy, and it is Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. So this is the third book in the Kindred Cursed series. I really love this series. Just the yearning, like I love the writing, I love the kind of magical aspects in it, I love the yearning. I don't know if I said I love the romance. I love the romance. But yeah, this is the third one. I think the fourth one is out. Maybe it's not even out yet. I think this is going to be a 5-book series. I've been meaning to continue with the series. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first 2 books, and this one is the longest, but I think people have said this is like their favorite other than the second book. Look into it because it's a really good, solid balance from fantasy and romance. Alrighty, Pisces, next book is, I believe, a repeat from my 25 for 25. It is Long Way Down by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So I still have to read Fuel the Fire, which is Connor and Rose's story, but this is Daisy and Reike's story. I have mentioned it about 800 times, but Reike and Daisy are like one of my favorite romance couples like of all time, and this is their last book, like main book about them. These books are just like a reality TV show in a book, and I read them like so incredibly quick. I'm so excited to be back with these 2 characters as the main characters. I wouldn't say like I love this series like everybody else. I don't want anything bad to happen to my babies. They wouldn't do anything bad to them, right? Alrighty, besties, 2 more books to go. I feel like I've been yapping your motherfucking ear off. Alright, we'll do 1 more romance, and then the last book was like another dystopian fantasy type thing. That book is Unbound by Peyton Corney. So this is the 3rd book in the series that has Unsteady and Unloved. I don't remember what the series is called. I really liked those first 2 books. They're like college hockey romances, but they're like a lot more like depthful, if that makes sense. Like they have a lot of emotion and a lot of things that the characters are going through. The only thing I don't like is that this cover for this new book does not match the other 2 covers, and I think it's because they're going to be like duologies within the series, I think is how she described it. About, I can't remember the characters, but one of them I think is Paloma. I think they both have like some kind of thing that they are dealing with. I know OCD is mentioned. I've actually been waiting for Paloma's book because she has kind of been like mentioned in the background of just being like, I feel like this like wild girl who's like always got something going on, and I feel like you have seen a little bit of like Emmett there and like also trying to help her at some points. So I'm interested to see like what kind of relationship thing that they got going on. Just really interested overall in Paloma's story and just learn everything that she is going through. I really like Peyton Corney's writing style. There's just like a good balance between the romance and the like emotional side and depth of the book. And this says it expected for April 7th. Alrighty, besties, we have made it to the last and final book that I'm hoping to get to in the year 2026, and that book is Watch Me by Tahara Mafi. So just mentioned Tahara Mafi because of the Shatter Me series, and I believe this is like a spin-off from that series, and I think it's about one of the characters' little brothers. I won't spoil it unless you haven't read that series yet, but it's about like his little brother and a different character. I hope that all the characters in the Shatter Me series do not get affected about whatever happens in this series, in this book. I don't know all like what it's really about. I believe the second book is coming out next year at some point. I just love this edition. It's so pretty. We got like these rainbow edges, gummy bears, another dystopian, another YA romance. Her writing style is very poetic and it's very like easy for me to read and fly through. I'm very excited to start this. I feel like a lot of people have already read it. Alrighty besties, so that is like my big old TBR. Again, it's not as big as the 26 for 26 that I would have been doing, but again, that would be like a big chunk of my books that I have to read like next year. Giving myself still some books that I would like to get to next year but are not as many as 26 books will hopefully make me complete them and actually want to like read them. And there's probably ones that I have missed because there are probably a lot of books coming out next year that I am unaware of at this moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow my socials down below, all my goodreads, my Amazon watch list, stuff like that is down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, reviews by me. And I see you guys next week for kind of like a yearly wrap up. I see you guys in the next one. Bye!